41 Action News investigation uncovering Kansas Cityans in the dark about a dangerous problem lurking under homes and businesses.
Investigator Melissa Yeager shows us why many residents fear for their health.
At the corner of 31st and Cleveland,
this is all of my money. This is everything that I have.
Tiara and Brandon Dixon's dream stands at a crossroad. Using their savings, the couple purchased this building to give their food truck a permanent home. Then in November,
as we begin the construction, we start getting like fumes that were thick, not just like you got a little hint of gas. It was thick gas fumes that the workers were like, we're not going in there, we can't. I mean, it's our safety, our health, we're dizzy.
Across the street, Mark Murphy bought his home 2 years ago. During that time, he's experienced something strange.
I smelled gas outside, and also I smelled it in my basement at times.
Then in May, he saw a pumper truck pull in across the street.
So I asked him, I said, well, what's going on? At that time, when I had to ask them, then they told me, well, if you're experiencing smells of gasoline, we're here to check it, monitor it, and possibly clean it up.
The land where Murphy bought a home and the Dixons bought a restaurant is the site of an underground gasoline storage tank spill.
The gas tanks, the old ones are way back there.
Neither received warning before they purchased their property. Yet the 41 Action News investigators went through several reports showing the Missouri Department of Natural Resources knew about this spill in 2006.
The residents in this community shouldn't be treated like this. No one has been notified. These people over here have not been notified. There's people on further down that have told me they experience fumes in their homes. No one has come and told them that.
Mark's complaint is similar to what we heard from April and John Beer back in May.
He would be like, do you smell it? Do you smell it? I mean, he would wake up at night and be like, hey, do you smell it?
They spent months complaining about gasoline smells in their old Hyde Park home. Finally, using a camera, the Kansas City Water Department spotted gasoline leaking into the sewer. Environmental investigators traced the leak to this gas station several blocks away on Main Street. Since then, the Beers say they've received no information from state regulators or the gas station.
Everyone's so nonchalant about it. Like, oh, it's more of a, it's just a smell.
Both the Beers and the neighbors at 31st and Cleveland worry about the health effects of breathing in those fumes.
It makes you nauseated, sick, and different things like that.
Willie Gaston's been evacuated from his home on Cleveland on and off since 2006 due to heavy fumes inside. He says his wife died in 2010 of a respiratory illness.
Never found out what caused it?
No, because I really didn't just push the issue on this, and I'm thinking maybe this, I'm looking at it now, maybe this had something to do with that.
2 doors down from him, a woman who lived here lost her battle with lung cancer in December, shortly after the family moved out. Over the phone, the owner told us she too questions whether the fumes had anything to do with her adult daughter's death, since she never smoked.
In general, the things that you smell with gasoline are they're called volatile organic chemicals, and some of them have been associated with cancer.
Dr. Stephen Thornton is the medical director of the University of Kansas Hospital's Poison Control Center. He hasn't treated any of the individuals in this story, but spoke to us about the risk of prolonged gasoline fume exposure.
The effects of just kind of sort of bystander exposure, I don't think is well documented, but certainly there's risk because you're being exposed to potentially known carcinogens.
EPA documents state the same thing, that prolonged exposure could put people at a higher risk for some types of cancers, which is why all of these neighbors are concerned they're not getting good information about the spill or its cleanup. We found Missouri state law states people impacted by spills should be notified, but doesn't specify how, when, or who should do that notification. The attorney representing the gas station responsible for the spill did not return our phone calls. Meanwhile, the Missouri Department of Natural Resources told us, quote, when responding to an incident, the department typically reaches out to potentially impacted people, businesses, etc. In this case, the department has made numerous contacts with neighbors that have made reports or raised concerns, either by phone or when working on the site. Still, the people living near these leaks say that hasn't happened, and they want one answer.
The truth. What is underneath this soil? What are we sitting upon? What have our neighbors been enduring all of this time?
The department acknowledged to us that they still don't know how much gasoline leaked at that site, but that the tanks causing the leak were removed in 2006. Now, we've put together a map of all of the spills recorded in our area since the 1990s. You can head here and check it out on our website, kshb.com. I'm investigator Melissa Yeager, 41 Action News.
Melissa, thank you.